Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Chalice Chats. If you are watching this in real time, and I have properly scheduled everything, this should be coming out on the 22nd of December, so let me wish all of you a happy winter holiday season. I say that because I believe this particular year we're kind of smack in the middle of some winter festivities, just after others and just before yet others. So there's quite a lot, and I figured that was this was the best time to extend you those wishes for the season. And meanwhile, I hope that you wish for my best as we dive back into this Feated, Rutted, Cursed Tumerian Eel dungeon. We started in the dream, of course, because of spiders, and for that same reason, I'm going to run around this way, straight through the boss door that I've already opened, and come down this particular side path, because this is the passage that I am most interested in exploring. And let's see if any spiders have followed me. I'm not seeing any. I am hearing enemies, but that might just be, for example, this guy. And, you know, just kind of keep an eye out. Oh, the spider did follow me after all. I was afraid of that. Okay. Well, I didn't want to set off any traps. Oh, speaking of which. I mean, really, that's just an enemy in hiding, but it feels like a trap to me, you know? So, I'm just gonna say that it was. Okay. Well, it's disconcerting that that second spider found its way to me. That sort of implies that other enemies from the first main room might be able to find their way to me as well. But, oops, stood there standing in front of that enemy a little bit longer than I might have liked otherwise. But, oh, I can't win. I was just going to say, oh, come on now, there we go. I was just going to say I wanted to stay fighting facing this way because it would give me a look at upcoming spiders. And it turns out I turned my back on an enemy that was sneaking up on me from back in this direction. So, go figure. You can't win, no matter what you do. Alright, but those enemies are now dealt with, and I see you, Kidnapper. Let me just make a little peek here to the left and the right. I had quite enough of being taken by surprise. Uh-huh. Let's see if the good old Kidnapper trick is good enough to work again. Uh-huh. How's that? Excellent. That's a dead Kidnapper. Thank you for the high-level Ritual Blood 5. I guess that's a little bit redundant, but I'll take what I can get. And it's nice to know that the same old tricks still work on those Kidnappers. Okay. So, back to beginning exploration in earnest. I'm surprised this thing hasn't started running away from me already. This one I expected to. Please, stick around. I don't know what your hurry was. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. There we go. Picking up all of these powerful cursed blood gems. Powerful cold blood. Now, I did see there was a doorway passage immediately by the entrance, but then I got somewhat distracted by those wandering madnesses. But now I can focus on it again. So there's basically two ways to go here. We've got through this door that probably will not open, which means there's basically one way to go. Narrows things down nicely. Oh, and this is another one of these rooms with the bells. I don't know why I never noticed how prevalent they seem to be before, but I think I only remember seeing one for the first time in Ease, and I don't know, maybe they've been in Tumeru for a while, and I'm just not very good at picking up visual details. That's not something that would be hard for me to believe. Ah! Whoa! I was just gonna roll against a wall, expecting it to be an illusion, and instead a guy popped out of a wooden coffin. What's going on here? Okay. Alright, I'm over it. Whew, okay, I'm cool. I'm back to normal. Oh, I was going to say another hunter, but this one's a keeper. I think? I've never seen a keeper with a flaming, an actual flame effect on a saw spear? This must be a hunter. They don't move like... It doesn't move like a keeper either. Oh, got me. You're right, I was trying to heal. If that bullet timing had been just a little bit different, I would be dead now. Uh-huh. Fortunately, I was just outside of their range. Why are there so many hunters? Thank you for missing. Uh-huh. Thank you for missing again. I'm just gonna keep dodging. Oh, that transform got me. Uh-huh. Yep, I was expecting some sort of bullet. Ha! You missed. I didn't. My favorite reaction. Okay, that's one heal. Typically, enemy hunters, which this is definitely an enemy hunter. Keepers don't heal on you. Typically, enemy hunters have a limited number of heals that they will do. I should have just... I took a moment to pause. Oh, they had their weapon buffed. It's not naturally on fire. Interesting. Well, now I have a better idea of what I'm up against. I'm going to continue to employ the ignore the bell ringer strategy for now. Might end up coming to regret that. But for now, I think it's pretty good. I remember... Yep, hello. Goodbye. I remember you too. Oops. Not that it did me much good. So long. Oh, you were very polite waiting there for me like that. I saw that spider. Yep, saw it out of the corner of my eye as I was repositioning. And now 'tis no more. No more spiders. No, no, no. I did get... excuse me. I did manage to pick up... seeing that gem sort of reminded me. I did manage to pick up somewhere a new gem. Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. Yep. Well... So long to however many blood echoes I had last time. What I was starting to say was that I did manage to pick up a useful new blood gem for my Tonitrus. And for a while there, I was going on double stamina down negative effects. But for this particular one, I decided to go with a... oh, good to know. I can interrupt with a roll on this guy. For this one, I managed to find another useful one whose effect was based off of the damage to beast enemies down. And I'm continuing to employ the strategy that by lowering the damage the Tonitrus does to beasts, I'm not giving it that huge of a debuff because this is my beast-killing weapon. And I believe it still has some gems that lower its damage against kin, which is what the Tonitrus is for. So having this, you know, set of weapon options has been quite handy. Uh-huh. There we go. Thank you for using an attack that does not reposition you weirdly. Oh, oh, it worked. I was not sure. Was not sure if I was going to get that particular kill, but it worked out. Got the backstab, despite what I feared. And I believe, ironically, I now have more blood echoes than the last time I came through here because I died. Figure that one out. It's actually not that hard to figure out, I don't think. But it is somewhat unusual. All right, this is the room with the hunter. They don't seem to be aware of me at the moment. I wonder if I can exploit that. Let's get some of those blue elixirs back out. Maybe I should start stocking up on blue elixirs. My blood vials are maxed again, by the way. I kind of figured there's a good chance I'll be fighting the boss in this episode, and therefore I wanted my blood vial stock in good standing. All right, so I'm just gonna drink this and then do this to get some blood bullets, and then select a call beyond, and come over here like this. And hey, how do you feel about this? 1072. Yeah, pretty good. All right, and I'm going to fight you while I'm invisible. I don't know if that'll do anything for me. Probably not. Oops. Yep, probably not. But anything, I'll take anything I can get here at this point. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm going to keep my distance here. It's risky. Good. I was worried they were going to fire a bullet like that and catch me before I was able to heal back up from those blood bullets. But they did not do that. Oh, that was weird. It was a weird interaction of the jump attack and the executioner's gloves. Yep, there's that enemy hunter heal. Normally... Oh, right, that enemy. I totally forgot about them because the hunter is such a big deal. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I'm just going to heal up. Oops. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. You can tell who I'm more concerned about. It's the hunter. Missed. That could have been a powerful 1-2 combo. I'm a little bit okay with this. Uh-huh. A little bit okay with it because that buff is going to wear off. Yeah, that fire buff is going to wear off on that hunter's weapon. And here's the thing. If I recall correctly, fire damage hurts more in the cursed chalices than it does outside of them. So I'm happy to see that buff wear off. They do have the ability to re-up it, apparently. Ow. Ooh, got lucky that bullet missed. I'm not seeing a second heal from this hunter, which means kind of like the typical hunter enemies I'm used to fighting in this game. They do not appear to have... what's it called? They do not appear to have a large, full stock of blood vials to employ against me, which I'm happy to see. Hey, how do you feel about getting shot? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There we go. So long, my hunter foe. Not gonna drop anything for me? How rude. Oh, and I was wondering why things seemed a little bit dimmer. There we go. Okay. Well. And we've already dealt with that other enemy. And I am really low on blood vials, so I hope this path doesn't continue on for too long. Because I have learned pretty definitively that in the chalices, the hunter enemies, unlike in the base game, do seem to respawn regularly. So, if I mess this up... Oh, maybe this... No. What? Another hunter? This is incredible. What have I done? What have I done to myself? Is this part of the rights? I don't remember a right effect being summon tons of hunter NPCs. Oh, man. What am I going to do? Thank you. I needed those blood vials. These hunters are killing me. All right. Don't see any invisible... I'm at it again. Don't see any illusory walls. All right. Well, I'm glad I've still got my blue elixirs on my hotbar here. Let's see. I might want to go for a backstab on this one. I think I'll start off going for a backstab. I'm not here. You don't notice me. I'm not only moving slowly and quietly. I am, there we go. Elixired up. And also, don't mind me while I just open this door over here. So I can later on bypass that other hunter room. Don't mind that at all. Just a little bit of housekeeping I had to do. Okay. Oops. Yep. Good thing I opened that door. That's the real answer for how I'm going to deal with these... how I'm going to deal with these hunter enemies is just ignore one of them entirely. Hopefully, there's no reason for me to go back into that room at all. Okay, now I want to get this guy to jump out at me. There we go. And I want to be, facing this way. Waiting. The spider very reliably, yep, finds its way to me. The first one, anyway. The second one, oops, not so reliable. Can I get two? Nope. Nope. That backfired. But I'm alive. Which means I can still learn. Oh, I forgot how many exactly. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. I forgot exactly how many swings that particular enemy was going to take. And therefore, I've lost all those blood echoes I managed to acquire in the one particular run that I did, where I managed to kill one of those hunters. And in return, I've got a piddly amount of blood echoes now. Alright, and I've learned my lesson. I know you're going to come far enough that I can't just passively wait for the spider. You need to die. So long. I think you need to die too. the way you're swinging that weapon around, mister. All right. Farewell. Weirdly, the spider has not come this way yet, but, you know what? I'm not exactly thrilled to wait up for that. Oop, got me with a kick. Oh, but fortunately, there's the uh-oh. That's some bad news. Hold on. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm dead. Well, I'm building up my blood echoes again. This dungeon is so hard. I was actually thinking of saying, because after I like, when I first spawned into this dungeon, I obviously had a lot of trouble making it out the front door, as I called it. The very first area was giving me a huge amount of trouble, thanks in no small part to the hunter enemies that I was having to deal with. They were a huge portion, yeah, that's right. I don't know if, I still don't actually know if they were male or female. So they were giving me no end of difficulty, and after I managed to beat them, I basically was able to deal with the entire rest of the first layer without too much difficulty. Like, there were still some challenges that I had to face, but I basically explored all the rest of the passages without a whole lot of trouble. And then, even though it was a little bit difficult to run straight through the huge pool of enemies to the boss, it wasn't, like, impossible. Speaking of things that are difficult but not impossible, see this episode. And that kind of brings me back to my point, actually, which was, especially because after I did manage to get that difficult run back taken care of, I was then able to defeat the first boss on my second try. So I felt pretty good about that. And then exploring most of this second layer, not all of it, like, it had its challenges. There was another hunter in the swamp. There were the giants that I kind of cheaped out on. So there are ways in which this particular passage, this particular layer has been somewhat difficult, but this pre-boss passageway is giving me very, start of the dungeon sort of vibes here in terms of its difficulty, especially because this guy can so easily one-shot me. And the fact that it's not just the opening of the dungeon that's difficult, but actually that I'm struggling as much as I am on this section, means that, you know, you can say the difficulty is pretty constant. Because there's this effect that I've noticed, that if you want things to seem deadly, but give people the impression that things are really deadly, but actually allow them a lot of, or at least a good amount of leeway to succeed, what you do is you design an opening area that hits really, really hard. That's very, very difficult. And, I kind of call this the punch to the face setup. Just purely informally, based off of my own observations. Because people really remember their first impressions. Gotcha. People really remember their first impressions. I think I've mostly got like 200,000 blood echoes again, which is about what I lost. So just struggling in this hallway has had its benefits. But yeah, just to get back to my random thoughts on people influencing people's perception of difficulty, is that I feel like if you give some very difficult challenge up front and then ease off, you bias people towards thinking something is really hard. That's basically the short version there. Ah, so this was also, that door, I was thinking of it as a shortcut to get back to this particular hunter, but it was also a little bit of a courtesy to me as a player, because this particular hunter immediately caught notice of me. Like, I had no opportunity to sneak up on them with the way this was set up. And I pure luck that I just happened to be out of the range of that saw spear. Ooh, and that I happened to catch them with that Tonitrus strike. Looks like they do heal up. So this is another hunter that's got at least one heal. Possibly more. Oh, they recovered fast enough after their strike to dodge away. That's kind of annoying. I'm going to hope that it's just another one-heal hunter. Yep. That exchange of blows. I mean, it's not lethal, so as long as they don't follow up, I can I can continue to have these one-off exchanges of blows. And the fact that I am not limited to one blood vial, thankfully, means that, means that I'm likely to succeed. But things don't have to go that way. And now it's an open question whether I will lose all those blood echoes again, because I think I've got, at best, a 50% chance of making it through that hallway alive. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not especially concerned about it. I've got a lot of levels. I think I wanted to talk about my build at some point as well. So, I'll get to that when this hallway is a little bit less dangerous for me. And hello there. You gonna get up? All right, well, I'm not gonna wait on it. I'm just gonna take the initiative there. Oh, I knew it! Am I alive? Nope, I'm dead. Yep, there go all those blood echoes. Time to start again. Time to start anew. Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I will again amass 200,000 blood echoes just in the process of attempting to get back to challenge that hunter again. Hello there. And, I mean, I guess since I can't exactly show my... See, I was waiting for that to happen, because I also knew I was dying a lot and therefore putting a lot of wear and tear on my Tonitrus. But fortunately, the Saw Cleaver isn't bad. It's not as strong as the Tonitrus, but still. It's a perfectly respectable weapon. Uh-oh. Oops. Yep. And I've got weird habits. See, we've seen ways in which the Saw Cleaver in its particular moveset kind of did not work out well against the enemies, and other ways in which it did work out well against the enemies. And is that everybody except the Kidnapper? I think it might be. Yeah, I think it is. So I think this means I can take this moment to give a little bit of my build thoughts. As you can see, my skill is at 15, and my blood tinge is at 14 at the moment. As I recall, there is one more skill weapon that becomes usable at 20. It's the Rakuyo. And there are 2 weapons that are locked behind 16 blood tinge, and then one more that is locked behind 18 blood tinge. So my current thinking, because I'm ridiculously over-leveled right now, and I kind of like the idea of having an all-weapons user sort of build, just because. My current thinking is get my blood tinge to 16, start leveling skill, get that to 20, and if for some reason I can still keep leveling, which I might not at any point, it might just be unfeasible for me to continue leveling up, because each individual level costs more and more and more. It's getting quite expensive. But if I can still go and get my blood tinge to 18, I will do that, and at that point I'll have basically everything at my fingertips, which is kind of cool. All right. Now, back to the Kidnapper. I'm just going to open with some Executioner's Gloves, because I can. Set things up that much more. Oh, I did not expect... Okay. Did not expect him to go straight into that buff, which is my opportunity to... get the... what do you call it? Yeah, I was hoping he would rush forward through that doorway, because otherwise... Uh-oh. Yep. I'm not very good at fighting Kidnappers when I can't exploit their attacks. All right. I am back. I jumped into the dream, and you couldn't tell because I edited it out, but I jumped into the dream and repaired my Tonitrus because I was liking the damage it was putting out against these enemies just a bit more than that of my Saw Cleaver, even though, it's a perfectly acceptable substitute. So I wanted to note that particular change. I'm not going to make the mistake of following you in there. Come on out. I got trapped in there by a spider one time, and that was not fun. Okay. And I'm not seeing a spider who is currently following me. So, cool. Also, I feel like the Tonitrus swings do a little bit more reliable damage to the Kidnapper as well. Especially when that sort of thing happens. Okay, that was very strange. I don't know what happened with my positioning there and anything, but it worked out. I'm happy it worked out. Okay, back to the real challenge, the hunter. Let's get my portable lantern back on and pre-buff my Tonitrus because this is sure to be a nasty fight. Where are you? Are you not here yet? There you are. All right. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Hit me with that bullet. Gotta dance. Strike. Miss. Strike. Gotcha. Haha. Oops. Hit me with that bullet again. Those bullets. Throwing them out every now and then, and they do so much damage. Wild. Okay. Oh. Nope. I figured they were going to follow up with an attack, but I could not quite dodge away in time. Alright, and No, I should have done my mid-attack buff. I regret that. Not gonna lie, I regret not doing my mid-attack buff. I regret taking that damage directly to the face. Alright, well, I'm dead. Yep, I figured they'd be one to take a visceral. Well, time to try again. This entire episode has now become about getting down this one hallway, and specifically just to the last room. I can't believe they threw 2 hunters at me. This is crazy. Ugh. I mean, half the time I'm not even making it through this initial hallway to fight that hunter again. But one of these days I'm gonna get it. It's gonna stick. Yep, alright. Sometimes the spider does not follow, but more often than not, it does. So long, spider. Hello there. Goodbye there. Thank you for the blood vial. I previously had a lot of those. I've been running low for some reason. Oh, well, that's not what I expected to have happen when I dodged forward. Apparently, the Kidnapper's jumping punch is so slow that if you dodge forward it, you don't dodge through any sort of attack. You dodge into them in midair, and then they punch you to death. Good to know. I should perhaps rely a bit less on my ability to dodge through Kidnapper attacks. Yep. Hello, spider. Guess what? You didn't surprise me. Haha. Alright. Now, I really would not like this to become the first time I need to use a death montage outside of a boss battle. I really would not like this for it to be... let me finish. I really would not like for this to become Montage Hall. Alright. That's probably... Yep, too late to work. And at a bad angle as well. Oh. Good grief. I have taken such a beating, however, that I may need to resort to that. I've literally just been trying to go down this hallway for half an hour. Oh boy. Yeah, this was not one of those situations where a prompt punch to the face influences perceived difficulty. This is the real deal. This is full-on straight difficulty. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that particular technique. I think it can actually be quite effective. For a little bit of a practical example, I remember I was struck, I think I was reading an interview off of the person who directed one of the Rurouni Kenshin special OVAs that kind of went back into the past. When it first came out, I believe it was called Samurai X. But it was actually and it was kind of released as a standalone in the US anyway. but it was actually part of the larger Rurouni Kenshin story. And the opening episode or two, I can't remember if it's just the first one or it's the second one as well, are incredibly violent. And then the next two, there's a total of 4, if I recall correctly. And so the next 2 episodes are like nowhere near as violent. And I remember reading an interview, and the interviewer asking, like, why did you make this so incredibly violent? And the director saying, well, it's really just the first episode. Or the first 2, depending on what's actually correct. I don't. Obviously, it's been a while since I've read this. I'll try and track down the source for it if I can, so that you can read that for yourself. But there's no guarantee I'll find it. It's just a memory I have of reading that particular interview. But it really does influence your perception of difficulty. It's also like those professors who, on the first day of class, will like jump up and down on top of their desk and start screaming, or do something suitably outlandish. For the entire rest of that class, and even more over time, like that just primes you to expect something crazy. It just means that people are going to pay a little bit more attention to you because they know you have the capacity to do something wild, to be difficult in this specific sort of instance. And if you design like D&D adventures, which I don't actually, I play a lot of D&D and I run a game, but I don't, I'm not like an official designer or anything. I'm just a total hobbyist. Just play with my friends. That's it. But that can be a very effective way to shake things up, is give them a very, very difficult initial combat, and I don't think this is gonna work. Yep, I gotta get out of here. And then as a result of that very strong challenge, it's just gonna change their perception of everything else going forward. Not something to overuse, because people will get used to anything, but can be useful. All right, so I'm glad I managed to make it down the hallway this time. I think that means I should be able to pick up my blood echoes, and I'm running low on blue elixirs. I should have restocked on those when I went back to the dream as well, but at least this means I should be able to pick up my blood echoes before that hunter notices me. Good. Okay, so I think this is going to be the last, because it's been a long time. I think this is going to be the last time I attempt this before going to a silent montage, which, I really didn't want this to be Montage Hallway, but, I mean, sometimes it just has to happen. Sometimes the difficulty is just too high. Oh, good. The ghost did hit it. All right. Yeah, no blood bullets, because that takes time. But I've got 2 more shots of my Executioner's gloves, so, yeah, deal with them. I'm gonna make you deal with them. Hey, why don't you use your blood vial? Huh? Why don't you heal up? Aren't you feeling like you need to use a blood vial? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's why I kept moving. I know you have a tendency to fire. Uh-huh. I realize I'm just dodging around in a circle. There we go. That's a moment to strike and get shot. Went in for a little bit more than I probably should have. Are you going to heal now? At some point, there it is. Yep. All right. But I'm willing to bet. Uh-huh. Ah, I couldn't get the dodge. All right, I will join you again in the final successful attempt. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Yeah, we had the same thought. Bullet follow-up. It's very annoying. I'm waiting for you. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, well, the jump attack didn't kill me. I'm happy about that. Oh, man! If I hadn't switched directions, I probably would have dodged that bullet. Oh, man! Just a little slow. Just a little. Uh-huh, you missed. I'm used to it. Stop doing that crazy powered-up attack. Alright. We're both just about out of resources. Ah! Gotcha! Welcome back, everybody. I don't know at what point you came back, but I don't know how much of that final run I'm going to show. But Montage Hall is now dealt with. I'm very glad about that. So, I know there's another hunter nearby, so I'm going to use my last blue elixir as well, just to make sure nothing too untoward happens here. And, oh great, there's a whole bunch more. I thought it was just going to be this room. It's not. It's a whole panoply of more stuff. Oh, great. Well, this should be fascinating. What am I going to do? Am I going to just run past? I might have to run past that hunter going forward, just because I barely dealt with him this time. Look at all this. Okay, I mean, I haven't done this in a while, but I feel like it's been a really long time, and I don't think we're going to finish our explorations this time. So join me for the tense next episode, which I suppose I should clarify, since I was wishing people happy holidays earlier. I do still wish you happy holidays. What I want to clarify is that my release schedule shouldn't be changing, because I'm recording this in advance. So I hope you will join me for the thrilling conclusion of the next episode on the Chalice Chats. Will I fully explore this passage before and then successfully go back to the dream, or will I have to start back from zero again and spend some more time in Montage Hall? We'll find out next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.